Hey guys, so I already watched this video. So it's basically the latest um what is it, Frenemies podcast thing with Ethan and Trisha. Yeah, so it's crazy. First let me tell you, when she did come, to film the podcast or whatever, to film the video, she was in a bad mood. She says she's in a bad mood, she's having one of those days, and then someone else commented, when Trisha has a bad day, everybody has a bad day. So clearly that is true. She passed her bad energy and bad vibes on to Ethan, and you'll see why. Because basically the entire time she's dissing that the fact that the employees, like dissing how much the employees get paid, the crew, and then she's dissing that 5% going to, the production and everything that you have to pay for in case the light breaks or something. She's, talking about that. And she's talking about, how she doesn't make enough money supposedly when she gets like 50% of the cut, which is a lot more than what the crew members get. So it's just like, it's crazy. Let me just start and you guys can watch with me and see what I'm talking about. But first of all, I want to say she does look nice. I like her look. I feel like this makeup makes her look younger.
But it wasn't even that.
They're eating pizza, by the way. I'm starting at 1:27 so that you guys can kind of watch it, because it's just a whole lot. I don't want to film an hour and 40 minutes. The video will be super long, so I guess we'll just start.
Like the one could not be with him because he's because it takes place like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's like through the era and stuff like that. I can't spoil it, can I? Because it's like 2004, but it is like,
Can't spoil it.
Oh my god, yeah. So, well, basically, they do fall in love with each other. They're both married to women. This takes place in the 60s or whatever. And then Jake Gyllenhaal gets beat in the face to death for being gay in Texas, and then the wife, played by Anne Hathaway, I think she was in on it at the end because she calls.
Not much changed since then in Texas, I don't do.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what's so okay. I'm not trying to get all heated about this, but there's still people are still like that. Like trans people are getting beat in their face to death.
I'm so over that.
And so watching it, I was just like, holy shit! And Heath Ledger, Jake Gyllenhaal said Heath Ledger refused to make gay jokes about it, during the Oscars, and I don't know.
So this is where she gets annoyed, I think, because he's interrupting her when she's talking about trans people, and he's just asking his crewmates if he wants pizza.
Is there a third pizza?
You're so not good about this. Okay, let's go to your stupid.
Make sure that
I don't like
pizza.
this segment. Just for the record,
fan advice. This is where she gets.
Why?
This is where she gets
so
offended.
Dumb. What's the point?
To give advice to our fans.
But that's not that's like when.
Wait, sorry. Granted, she was already upset through the entire thing, throwing disses here and there. But this is where it starts.
People run out of ideas and they start doing Q&As. Like Tyler Oakley ran ideas. He's like, we're gonna do Q&As now because we have nothing else to talk about. Okay, go ahead.
Damn.
It's such a dumb segment.
It's so not.
It's
it's
we
fun.
have nothing to fill the time.
Okay, well, what, you want to talk more about the Brokeback Mountain, a movie from fucking 10 years ago?
It's like a lazy podcast. We're gonna play games on the.
Wow.
Lazy podcast. You don't do anything for it. You just show up. We do all the work.
Oh my god, yeah, right.
It's true. It's true. All she does is literally show up there. She doesn't help put the production together, the equipment, the crew. She doesn't edit the videos, nothing. She just shows up. That's it.
How am I wrong?
With what? I always contribute. You never first of all, when you were doing all the podcasts, it was Keemstar, Jake Paul, and everyone's we're so sick of hearing about this because it's everything. I saw on this you had stuff from last H3. You just recycle H3 content on Frenemies.
But she recycles literally her whole YouTube video, whatever, is always her making damn pasta and chicken tenders or whatever, chicken fingers, whatever the hell she recycles content all the time. So she has no place to talk, I feel like.
You're oh, we're gonna do Trisha through the history meme or whatever, and you already did that on the last episode, and I saw it on here.
I didn't bring it up. I didn't say it.
But the fact that it's already on there, I had to bring up all these other topics because I'm I don't want to go to that because you brought it up last week.
Let's see. We put together this Gabby Hanna segment.
I mean, I literally, again, could have done that for my house.
By the way, sorry, I keep pausing this so many times. This is basically them talking about Gabby Hanna, and it just got out of hand. She just went crazy.
And I always...
Sorry about that. I thought somebody was coming.
Always chime in with my topics. I always do because I try and steer it.
What did you bring on the Logan Paul fight?
I brought it up, first of all, because it's trending.
You're I don't even know what to say about it. Yeah, I don't even know why people watch.
I never pick the costumes. I never do the vlogs. I give so many ideas. I say dancing for the vlogs. I give all these ideas, and you don't. It's just,
what's wrong with that advice
for you? I don't think it's a good segment.
Wow.
The people want to hear from us.
Okay.
Why didn't she tell him this in private? Why put all your drama issue right there on the plate on a live, well, not a live stream, on a podcast that's gonna get uploaded? Why not talk to him in private?
Do it.
Okay.
Tell you my opinion and all the vlogs we've done. I've suggested other vlogs and like that never does.
Actually, they've done things that she suggested, like this vlogs going to Disneyland and all this stuff. He's done things she's wanted.
Like it, then we shouldn't do it.
Okay.
Since it's a show about me and you.
No, but you're saying I do all the work, but I'm telling you I don't like all the stuff you do. I'm just kind of go with it because I'm like, okay, I guess this is what you want to do, but I have to start saying no because some things are just not good ideas.
Wow.
I like it for the record. Okay. Well, what from you got really interesting questions?
They're not though.
What a bitch. No offense.
Brutal.
Or yes, offense, and actually.
Brutal.
I just don't like when we spend like, well, whatever.
Go ahead, say it. There's a good script.
But you're asking like, we do all the work. It's like we spent one Frenemies rehashing all the stuff you said about Keemstar and H3 Live, which was 2 days prior.
Okay, it happened
like,
one time.
No, it's happened before where you just like bring up stuff that you already mentioned, and it's fine. But
why are you attacking me?
You asked me. You said tell me, and I'm telling you, like all your just because you guys come up with everything doesn't mean it's good. It's recycled a lot of it. So it's like I can come up with
not
new
a
ideas.
lot of it.
A lot of it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
If you have ideas, I'm all yours.
I watch H3 Live and we talk about the same thing, and I'm happy to talk about it.
She doesn't understand though. It's like when he has other podcasts, right? Like he can talk about one thing in his other podcast. Not everybody watches both podcasts where Trisha's in his and then the other ones. Like I mainly watch the ones that are of them two together. I don't really watch the other ones. Sometimes I do if I'm bored and I want some background noise while I'm cleaning. But other than that, I mainly watch this podcast of them, of he three, whatever the heck it's called. And not everybody watches both, so it's okay to talk about both things in different podcasts or similar things or the same things in different podcasts.
Always like that. It's happened before. I agree.
It happened last time. It's happened a lot.
It didn't happen last time, did it?
The title was like pregnancy announcement, which is I'm happy to talk about the pregnancy.
Imagine this. Imagine being so negative and so mean on somebody wanting to talk about their pregnancy, especially having triplets. Like that's something I would want to talk about all the time. And like it seemed from what I've heard of seen so far, it seems like they had a hard time, conceiving and getting these babies, and here she is fucking, what is it, barfing on their parade or something, just being so negative and just so mean.
It's a lot about the pregnancy here.
But it wasn't the pregnancy announcement H3 Live was. It's your guys' thing, which I'm happy to talk about. I'm happy for you guys, but to say like, oh, we don't recycle things, it's like,
Someone mentioned that she might be like feeling jealous or something because she's apparently trying to have a baby too and having a hard time doing so. So someone's saying maybe she's jealous of them having all these children. I don't know.
No, you do, and it's fine, but I don't make it the same title because it's not an announcement. We're talking about.
I wouldn't say recycling. It's a different conversation.
The original one was Trisha's like something. It doesn't have to be about me, but I'm just saying like the fact that it's a pregnancy announcement again when it's not a pregnancy announcement because I'm not pregnant. You know what I mean? We're talking about your guys' pregnancy. It was an announcement. You know?
Maybe it's a touchy subject and it triggered her a little bit.
On H3 Live.
Oh, you thought that people would think it was about you being pregnant?
Of course it was, because you are, unless you're just recycling the same title you did for H3 Live, which is it's not. It's just like I watch H3 Live. I don't want to talk about it on Frenemies. Like if we're being honest,
well, we're going to talk about you being pregnant.
Of course. Yeah. But the title has to be pregnancy announcement.
I don't see why that's a problem.
Because you did that on Friday. You're just recycling titles.
Girl, please, you fucking did the same thing. Like stop, okay? Look at him.
It's not an announcement. You weren't announcing it.
Speechless.
Okay, so Hila's pregnant, and I'm talking about it with Trisha. Would you prefer that?
Anything to be more creative. It's like the fact that you just talk about what you talked about the week prior is like, and I've seen other people call it out. It's not just me. Like, I mean, people have called it out before. Like,
why not tell them about it in private? Why would you put him on a spot like this and be so mean to him in a public place when you could just be talking to him about it in private? Be an adult.
Whole Keemstar, I didn't know it was like the 30 minutes was exactly the 30 minutes you did on H3 Live.
Yeah, I agree. That part was.
That's crazy.
Sometimes I forget what I talked about. Honestly.
But you're saying you have all this crew that does all this work for you, and nobody could remember that you talked about that 2 days prior?
What a bitch.
I agree. Somebody should have said something. I was like, guys, why don't you tell me when I'm talking about the same shit over and over? Because I tell to them, I go, yo, make sure to include this. And they go, oh, okay. But I go, oh, shit, I talked about the same thing. But I feel like you're so angry about this.
I'm really not, but it's so funny.
Are.
I'm not. I'm angry when you say something.
You need to admit when you're angry.
Definitely.
Ethan, I promise you, this
is where she gets hella triggered.
This really is gaslighting. I go to a lot of therapy right now, and this really is. When I say I'm not angry, I'm not. I'm like just trying to tell you that you're like, oh, we do everything for the show, and I'm saying it's not always good. I'm not angry. If I was angry, I would like leave or something, but I'm not. But you tell me I'm angry
or something. You're not upset.
Okay,
yes, you are.
But it is like frustrating when you think you do all this work and like think, oh, we're doing all this great stuff, and it's like, it's not that.
She just said that the work that he does is not that great sometimes. This woman, all she does is rain on people's parade. She's just so negative. Imagine having a friend and someone you work with and just blasting you in public. Oh, I think what you're doing for our podcast is horrible. Like, who the fuck does that? What a nasty bitch. No offense. But, like, I'm sorry for calling her that, but she's just very fucking mean.
A lot of it is, and I appreciate all the work you do and stuff like that, but it's also, like, not that great. I don't get input on, like, people we hire, like, all this stuff like that. I don't get...
People we hire?
Not that great. Now she's complaining about people that, you know, they hire because she's complaining that the crew members they have now aren't good enough. And first of all, this is not the crew, and whatever is all his stuff. It's not hers. She's just the host.
Hire? Why would I ask you about people I hire?
Because it's Frenemies and you take the budget for paying the crew. That's what you...
Yep, here she is. Getting money hungry now.
Tell me. You take highlights, you take 5% to pay the crew.
No,
so why don't I get any input on the crew or what we do?
These are employees of our
So why are you taking highlights and 5% of Frenemies? You told me that it was to pay them, that they could be working...
for production costs.
Exactly. So say, for example, what if a light goes out or their microphones break or they need to replace something? It's good to have money set aside from the budget for that in case accidents or something happens and they need to fix it. But she's greedy. She wants all the money for herself. All the money for herself. And then she has the nerve to talk about how the crew members get paid. Like, what the fuck? Dude, it's 2021. Of course they're going to get paid. It's not like the freaking 1800s where people didn't get paid for their hard work. Like, come on. She literally does nothing. The crew members do everything.
Okay, but you told me
at the beginning...
Costs. You told me at the begining it's like they could be working on other things. So I made that argument too. I'm like, well, they're already H3. Oh, they could be working on other things. So I'm like, okay, in that case...
for production costs. I take 5% extra from the podcast revenue, and I take the highlights revenue, and everything else we split.
Right. So for production costs.
Yeah. So why is she so fucking greedy?
Yeah.
But again, you were about to move us all to downtown LA, and I was just like, but the production costs should be included. Yeah. Like, you were going to share the cameras because Dan said, "Oh, we have to get new computers and new cameras." Well, I'm like,
and I obliged you. I said, "Okay, fine."
But you fought me on it
because we bought a studio downtown. That was always the plan, by the way, that we were going to move downtown. And then all of a sudden, I was like, "Yo," and I was like, "Yo, we're living." I told you,
dude, why? It's first of all, it's his business. You're just somebody who hosts on the show or whatever. Like, this is all him. Understand that. I don't know why she doesn't understand that.
At times, but it's fine because
you didn't tell me downtown LA.
We're still at my house now. But I said, okay, so I was like, yo, by the way, we moved into our new office. We're going to be there next week. It's good. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to go down there. And we had made all these plans to move the set and everything and to do everything. So you're like, I don't want to go down there. And then we talked about it for a little bit. And I said, okay, fine. And so we had to buy.
But that was the first time we ever spent money on production costs.
It's not about that, dude. It's literally about we are producing the show and I'm taking a cut. I feel like that's beyond reasonable.
Exactly.
All
beyond reasonable.
5%. 5%. Do you realize how much 5% was of our last one? That should be enough. But also, like, highlights, and then you weren't the membership that I had to fight for because you weren't, oh, I forgot to tell you about the members. Like,
I'm giving you 50% of all the members, even though we work and do all the work. I don't know why you fight me on money. The deal you have is beyond reasonable.
Okay.
No, but I feel like a lot of frustration.
Yeah, this is where she gets mad. Okay, it is beyond reasonable. She just shows up. That's it. Shows up, nothing. Doesn't have to put any work to get everything together. She just shows up. She's being very greedy and ungrateful.
Frustrated. When I'm bringing stuff up, you get defensive. I'm not frustrated.
Girl, please. He does not get defensive. He explains things to her. She gets defensive. She thinks, like, what I've noticed with her, she'll throw so many insults towards him, and he'll just take it, and he'll ignore it, or whatever, you know? And then when he does something back to her, she freaks the fuck out, like, which is what she's going to do right now.
Writing out these things because I would like to know. I just want everything to be a lot more transparent because I'm like, what are the production costs?
I can't be more transparent.
Can you show me all the costs of production?
It's not like an itemized thing. We are doing the show. That's the cost.
So you don't think 5% is like enough for the...
Dude, you already have 50%. Like, what the fuck do you need?
And the highlights was what we agreed to at the beginning, and that's what it is.
Oh my god! Okay, if you think that's what it's worth, okay.
It's worth more than that. To be honest.
Right.
You know? You're getting a very generous deal. And the sponsors that we work to get, right? We do all the work to bring the sponsor.
I mean, I had 50%. All that in me for the first.
Oh, look at her, me, bragging.
20 shows. So I mean, I appreciate what you do, but don't act like I don't bring it. I brought.
Yeah, you brought Adam and Eve, and so that was one sponsor we worked with.
That's all we had for the first like.
And
so wow, why do you have to be such a bitch about it?
now we have tons of sponsors every episode because it takes time, obviously to get the show up and pitching, and you get 50% of all of that. I feel like the deal you get is super fair. And I feel like you're gaslighting me, to be honest, saying that you're not like frustrated.
Definitely.
But I'm not.
Because it really is a source of like every time something comes up where it's like, I hired somebody or this, that, and like, oh, you don't do that much on the show.
I'm bringing attention to it. I'm not upset. I would text you.
You are upset.
It comes down to, oh, well, you get this extra 5%. And so.
Because you're saying, why should I get an input on the employees? That's what you said. And
because
you brought up to me
they don't just work on Frenemies, they're my employees.
Okay, but when I said that to you originally, you said, oh, we pay the employees. They could be working on other things. So why don't we have Frenemies employees and I get input if we're spending 5% of.
Look, imagine this. Imagine being the employees right there and sitting and listening to her insulting them and complaining about them getting a cut from the show and it just everything. Like, imagine being an owner and just, or a boss or whatever, and talking with, higher ranked people in front of your employees and talking about how some of them aren't doing a good job. Like, come on. Like, how effed up can you be?
The budget towards them.
I think that's not what it is.
That's what you said.
So then that's.
But
I don't remember. But
gaslighting is telling someone how they feel, and you're telling me how I feel, and I'm telling you I don't feel frustrated or upset.
Yes, you are.
So I don't know what else that could be. How am I gaslighting you by telling you I'm not feeling this way? How is that gaslighting you? I'm not feeling this way.
Because you are.
I wouldn't show up. I wouldn't come here. I would,
You listen. You can be upset and not be because there's a. You can be upset and then also not be like, I'm not showing up. Fuck you. Like there's levels.
If I was upset, I wouldn't show up.
I'm just explaining. because you can be upset and still show up.
But I'm not upset, and that's what gaslighting is. Because you're saying I'm gaslighting you by saying
you're not upset. You're perfectly.
Oh, wow.
You're in a perfect condition right now.
Gosh,
okay. Wow.
Her face.
Holy cow, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know how you. I just don't see what you just did. That's really.
What did I do?
He didn't do anything. Nothing. She's got that crazy look in her face.
We have to end it now. Like, really?
What should I do?
We gotta stop for real. Really. We
Okay.
need to stop.
She's about to cry, though. You can tell.
Please? Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you can walk
right.
away.
So. No, because I don't want to title this.
It's the pizza curse.
But can we just, edit it out?
Yep, every time I swear that you eat Domino's, this happens.
Title it, Trisha.
Right.
It's the pizza curse. It is.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't have got pizza. Pizza? Oh no, it was pizza. Trisha, let me just say,
I'm sorry. Ethan, that you just did that. You're right. You're right. Nothing's wrong with you. But I go. You don't know how much therapy I go to a week. I go to 4 Zoom sessions a week.
No, I understand.
Even what you just said was, "You're right, Trisha. Everything's fine." That's insane. Like the fact that you did that to me is like
it's
insane.
Not insane.
Girl,
we're friends.
So
We're having
nice.
a friendly conversation. I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells around everything.
And I do agree. I feel like he's always constantly having to walk around eggshells when he's just around her because she's like very sensitive, emotional, whatever. But it's like, okay, sometimes sure, be a little sensitive towards your friends, but constantly I know that it can get annoying. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's just too much is happening at once, in my opinion. I don't know. Sorry for the lighting, guys. It's really bad. I'm so sorry.
I say.
All right, Ethan,
We
I'm
have
asking to end this. I'm asking
you can leave anytime, Trisha.
But then you're making this thing where we're not ending the show, and you get to sit here and be like, okay, well that just happened, and you're eating pizza, and then
I will end the show the minute you walk.
All right, so let's just end it, please. Thank you guys for watching, and I don't want it to be a thing where you're just sitting here eating pizza and you become a meme.
So then I'll say I'm sorry.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't want to get an argument over.
I really need to leave.
Okay, all right, we're done. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Behaving like a big baby. Yeah, it just got bad. She walked into the show just in a whole negative mood. She let him know. She made sure he had a horrible day, horrible podcast, just like her horrible day. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I just can't speak today. I'm so out of it. I'm tired. But, like, she can just see she was just nasty. If you watch the whole podcast, if I remember, I'll link it down in the description below. She's just very negative, throwing so many jabs at him, just being so mean to him, saying all of these unnecessary things, raining on his parade about him, talking about his pregnancy with, his wife. He's excited. I mean, I would be too. Like, imagine if, you know, you have a hard time conceiving and you were able to conceive and have like 3 babies, I would be so excited, you know. Of course they want to talk about it and share it. And why is she complaining about using the same titles? She does the same thing. She uses the same titles. She uses the same, makes the same constant videos. Like, come on, girl. Please. Just when I thought like she was getting better, she does this. Like, I was honestly waiting for another fight to happen on Frenemies. I just didn't expect it to be like today. But I don't know. It is what it is. I'm just like, I'm kind of confused. Like, she was just really mean. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. You know, what you thought of her behavior. There's just a lot. Like, let me see what the comments say here. Let's see. Top comments. I commented on there too. Let's see. So basically, I guess Trisha is expecting 50%. You know, all that stuff, and just she was just shows a whole bunch of comments, guys. You know, she was acting a fool, and it's just like, I don't know why I'm so speechless, but I am. So basically, let me cut this up and wrap this up or whatever. I don't know why I can't think today, and I think it's because I feel like I'm being heard from in the other room, so it's a little awkward, but I feel awkward, that's what it is. So anyways, I feel like she was just very toxic towards him. If I was him, I would honestly never talk to her again. She's just way too toxic. She sabotages all her relationships, I feel like, and I don't know. I personally would never talk to her ever again. Just because of how she is. I wouldn't want to be friends with somebody who's constantly belittling you and being mean and putting you down and just negative. And then when you say something back to them, they act like it's the end of the world. I don't understand. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. And I'm going to try and react to more videos because I do actually enjoy doing them. So, yeah, stay tuned for that.